Hello my darlings and welcome to a speed build. Now first off, apologies. You all know what I'm going to apologise for. I was meant to get a video out yesterday and this was that video. I was just having lots of troubles in real life. Don't worry, everything's absolutely fine. But things just got busy. Things got busy and life took over, and I did promise to get this out for you yesterday. I'm so apologetic. I really am. I'm very naughty. Last week was a bit shit for me in terms of me trying to get things out on time, and it just didn't happen, and I'm very apologetic. Very, please forgive me. Say you will forgive me. Yeah. I just want to say that. You lot are all amazing. Thank you for being understanding. Anyway, we're here now, aren't we? Look at this. A speed build. Oh, what a surprise. So, this is Tartosa Pottery. I really wanted to build a pottery studio in the beautiful world of Tartosa. Because when I think of big, gorgeous pottery things, I think of Mexican pottery. I think of Spanish pottery. I don't know why. It just brings my head to that beautiful, warm terracotta vibe. And I wanted to build something in Tartosa to reflect that. And this is what we've come up with, my darlings. So this is a small business venue. It has got residential areas. It's got an area to sell bits and bobs. It's got a pottery studio. It's got a staff room and staff toilets. What else has it got? It's got a retail area where you can sell your pottery and whatnot. And it's also got a 2-bedroom apartment above this as well. So you can live on this lot with a roof terrace as well. So very, very nice. I really loved building this. I had so much fun. And I had a lot of fun with the gameplay as well. Played around with it for hours. I really enjoyed just selling all my bits and bobs. And yeah, I had a blast. I really did. I had an absolute blast building this. And here it is for you all now. And it will be up on the gallery for you to go and download. So it's completely CC free as well. And yeah, I'm just in love with it. I really am. Came together very nice indeed. But how are you all? I hope you all had a lovely, lovely weekend. I really, really do. I spent it doing lots and lots of stuff and things and admin and blah, blah, blah. Like my brain has been everywhere for the past few weeks. You may have noticed, but I can finally chill now. I can chill and resume what I wanted to resume. And here we are resuming. So yeah, beautiful. But I have to say, this expansion, I know people I don't know what to understand. Well, no, I do, because it's all personal preference and whatnot. Ignore these windows and shutters I'm putting on at the minute. We actually changed them. I do like the way that this looks with the blue shutters, but I wanted to go for some different windows, so we end up doing that. Anyway, what was I saying? So, what was I actually saying? I've completely forgot what I was going on about. What was I going on about? Oh, yeah, the expansion. There we go. I'm having so much fun with it. I think it's so adaptable and it's so fun to have a business at home where you can just work from home. And I love that dynamic. I really do. This is like really refreshed gameplay for me. As we all know, I'm not a massive game player as such. But this is just really brought it home for me on how much I'm enjoying the gameplay. I'm absolutely loving it. I really bloody am. You'll have to let me know what your thoughts are on the pack down below. Even if you don't like it, you can say that too. You are free to share your opinions here. But I'm honestly having so much fun. So much fun with it. I really am indeed. So this is me doing the pottery studio. I wanted this like old timber barn to be kind of connected onto the back area with like this old corrugated roof tile texture. In the beginning, I went for the one from the werewolves pack, and I actually like this one here instead. I forgot the one that you were just seeing, the original corrugated one, that one. I can't remember what pack this came from. I really can't, but I just thought it suited this. Ignore the I go for it. Yeah, there we go. I go for a different roof texture for the glass instead, and I much prefer it. And this is me extending out the build. I did realize, I was like, oh, we're gonna need to make this a little bit bigger through the back, because we've also got an area where all of the pots and stuff gets stored to kind of like dry out in the air after the kiln and the glazing and whatnot. I do one of those rooms here using the kiln the kiln objects, which are so fun. I've player tested out every inch of this place as well, so it should all work for you marvelously. It really should. In my head, this was like a family-owned business, maybe passed down through generations and stuff. So I do a parent's bedroom and also a teen bedroom as well, just to make it like a little bit more of a family gameplay-esque moment here. And this was when I was like deciding, oh, actually, I want to put this up on a foundation and make it like a little bit more interesting. So we go ahead and do that. And it works really nicely this way. And I love taking the pottery like mentor classes. There's just something about that. When they go up and like speak to them while they're working and things, it's just very clever. I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it indeed, especially when they're like mid-class as well. You can kind of go up to people then and sort of like talk them through the pottery process. This is my first kind of delve into pottery for a few hours, so I've just been having loads of fun with it. I really am. I'm looking forward to see how many kind of cross-pack integrations they can do in future packs with this as well. Be very interested to see that, and I want to know some of your favorite businesses that you've done, and maybe that you think I could nick or steal your idea and bring it into a build, because I am definitely going to be building lots more little businesses. I am. We've even got one coming tomorrow, darlings, but it's going to be as part of my little tiny home series. I've had a little idea with that one, so be on the lookout for a little tiny build coming tomorrow that we're going to be building in real time. Yes, indeed. But yeah, I loved using all of the warm browny terracotta colours, and because it's been used in many packs, that kind of tone, like the warmer sort of Spanish influence, you're spoilt for choice, really. You're spoilt for choice, and I had so much fun doing it. Really did. Really did. Putting a little back entrance out here as well, and a front. I do quite a few doors, like exit doors from this place as well, just so it flows really nicely, and there's this nice... They're not walking around in a big like circle to get to the back of the house and stuff. It worked out really nice. Also, landscaping, hedge of dreams, darlings. I end up actually making this hedge a little bit smaller as well, because it was just cut. It cut off the banister too much, and I wanted to show that off a little bit. And then I'm using a lot of, as I normally do, the landscaping that I'm kind of seeing around the lot in this place, just to kind of bring it into the lot and make it kind of blend seamlessly. I love this lot in Tartosa. It's probably one of my favourites. It's a 30 by 20 on top of the cliff tops. I just love it up here. Nice views, and the lighting is great as well for builds. I've built several times on this lot, and yeah, I always have bloody fun doing it. I really do. What are your thoughts on a next expansion? What do you want to see from a next expansion? I want to see a kind of like destination one, a hotel, if you can say that, where you can run your own hotels and stuff. I would like to see something like that. That would probably be my number one pick for the next expansion. But it'd be interesting to see if they've got any new ideas rather than kind of following on with what they've already done. I'd be very interested to see some newer sort of ideas, some fresh ideas being brought into The Sims 4 with some expansions and whatnot. Excuse me. And also, how would you guys feel about in the next coming weeks some Inzoi content? Let me know down below about that as well, because I'm going to be delving into that build mode once it comes out in early access, and I'm going to see what we can do with it. We're going to see how far this build mode can go with the Inzoi, because if it happens to be amazing, then I'm going to continually follow that game until it is fully developed, and maybe even bring it to the channel. Who knows? But it's the first one that I've seen kind of life sim wise that I'm interested in. The others I just weren't interested in at all, really. There's just something about the aesthetics with this one here that I really enjoy. So let me know down below if you would like to see that on the channel, because I would definitely like to bring maybe a build or two, just to sort of see what we can test the waters, if you will. Now, all of this landscape, all of this terrain painting that I'm putting down at the minute actually disappears. It disappears, and I have to do it all again. So there we go. There's that. So we're getting into a little bit of the furnishings now, but the outside furnishings. I decided on doing these shelves. I forgot what these shelves came with. Was it Jungle Adventure? I think it was, actually, yeah. I put these up outside the actual retail area, and then I stack it full of pots everywhere. pots, teapots, candle holders, incense, just on the outside, just to really like, I don't know, just it needed to look like a pottery studio. I didn't want to put any kind of like signage up on this. That was important to me for this one here. I wanted it to look kind of, I don't know, like they're doing it from the house, and this is just an add-on. So yeah, I end up putting these outside just to like sort of like pay respect to that, you know, come in, have a little browse, why not, you know. I would love to if they could have done a few more things with the pottery. I would have loved to have seen some plates and stuff, some stackable plates. I think that would have been really cool. Some proper cups. They've got mugs, but they haven't got any handles and stuff on it. I would love to have seen some proper like mugs and handles. And some vases, just some normal terracotta vases I would have liked to have seen. But I don't know. I don't know why they didn't go for that, but that's what I would have liked to have seen anyway. But yeah, very nice. Very nice. A few little plant pots around here. Some more terracotta goodness floating on in. Looks very nice indeed. And this is the access up to the apartment above it as well. So that all works perfectly too. And we go for something. I like the colours that we use in the apartment, inside the apartment. Why can I not speak today? Inside the apartment. We go for these warmer pinky tones, and you'll see it once we get to it. It looks marvellous. I very much enjoy it indeed. Very much indeed. Just putting in some details as well, some corbels, if you will. I'm fighting with that one there, as you could probably tell. It always looks so much faster when it's sped up. I was there for ages doing that. Now we're into the actual main shop area. So this is the retail area. So I use these display shelves, but the thing with these display shelves, they've got like a slidey door on the back of it, but I decided to ignore that and just push it right up against the wall anyway. And I think it's fine. It's absolutely fine. And I do space them out a little bit better as well. The first three that we put down, they were just too close together. So actually, yeah, we take them away. And I use this area as putting down these little retail pedestals, which are really lovely, by the way. I think they'd make some great coffee tables too. But I just thought it looked really nice. Calming in here. I wanted it to look modern but rustic. So I use a lot of a terracotta tone throughout all of this. But some really nice like rattan lighting, and it just came together lovely. And then this area here, I kind of made it look like an area where you come and pay for all of your goods and stuff. And I put in that little pay pedestal, so they come up to this point and pay it that way. I just thought that was very nice. Very nice indeed. I like the signage we go for in here as well. We use this sign here, but put it next to the pots. And I just think that could be the logo for this company. Just thought it was very swish, very nice indeed. And yeah, I was very happy with it. I was actually watching Amanda and Alan's, did they do a Spanish job this time? Yes, Spanish job. If you don't know who this is, it's Alan Carr, who's one of my favourite comedians on the planet. I think he's one of the funniest men ever. He's a British comedian, if any of you are wondering out there. And him and his best friend, who's called Amanda Holden, she is a kind of presenter and actor in the UK as well. They have been buying these houses in Spain. I think they've done a series in Sicily, in Italy as well. And then they kind of like do them up with... Well, I don't know. They must use the BBC's budget. Of course they do. And they just completely renovate it. Let me know if anybody else is out there watching it. But I was getting inspired from that as well when I was watching it, because they had all of these beautiful Spanish kind of like architecture and stuff around. I was very inspired. But let me know if anybody's watching it out there, because I just love it. I love the dynamic between them two. I really do. Waffling on, aren't I? But here we are in the pottery studio. I wanted to try and get as many as I possibly could in here. Now I'm a bit perplexed with that board thing, the teaching board thing, because the size of it. Do I need to use that whole space? I did this time just to be safe, because I wasn't sure how it was going to work. But can I not just put the board in with that frame around? You know, the frame kind of goes on the floor to show where you can like hold your classes, and that thing disappears in gameplay. I didn't really test it out, but I would like to know that, because I just find that as a little bit too big for certain like build ideas and stuff that I've got for the future. Let me know if you know the answer to that, please. I'm asking you a lot of things today, haven't I? Apologies, is all I can say. But yeah, lovely little build area, a lovely little teaching area this pottery studio is. And I made full use of the artist's kit pack as well. I used a lot of the objects from that you probably saw me putting down just a minute ago. I just thought it made sense to have it in a pottery studio. Last year, was it last year or the year before? I think it was the year before last year, actually. I actually took some pottery lessons with my sister. We went to a pottery studio in Plymouth and we took some lessons and it was amazing. I'd really like to go back and do it, but it's so expensive. Oh, honestly, I'm talking hundreds of pounds. But I had so much fun doing it. So I'd definitely love to do it again. Really would. So that's why I got inspired with this little area here as well, where the pots kind of come out to sort of air dry and whatnot. Because they had that in the pottery studio that I actually went to. So yeah, there you go. Pottery, one of the most relaxing things I've probably ever done. It was so much fun. It really was. And my sister kept calling me teacher's pet because the pottery lady kept complimenting my work. And she said, "Are you sure you've never done this?" And I said, "No, I'm just a Virgo." And she understood that. She was like, "Right, okay, yep, point taken." Oh, teacher's pet. Trust my sister to say that. How dare her. But yeah, lovely. Just a nice little area. It was very simple, that one. But I just think it works, and it kind of like made it realistic, this area as well. So this is the kind of staff quarters. So I really wanted to do a little kitchenette and stuff in here, and a dining table and stuff where they could come in and just chill out if they weren't like busy or the shop wasn't busy and whatnot. I kind of wanted that to happen. I would love if the shop went through kind of like rush hour times. Do you know what I mean? Like retail shops, sometimes they have no one in them. I'd love that, because then the people who are working there can be like, "Oh, I'll just go and take 5 minutes actually, and sit down, have a little like something to eat." I would love to, but that might be a little bit too complicated for a game that is running on a, well, what is it? Nearly 11-year-old engine now. Oh dear indeed. But yeah, lovely. Very nice. There's 2 toilets down here as well. One for the staff and one for the customers. And I literally just copied them over. But I actually changed the orientation of that one there. But yeah, very nice, very simple, but it's realistic. I think it adds something down here. And that something is a toilet. Thank you. I think we're going upstairs now, so you can see these like pinky vibes, and these curtains just blended in with that wall color perfectly, and I really loved the look of that. So that's how I got inspired with this place. I was like, oh, let's go for a pinky tone throughout the whole kind of living area, and that's what I ended up doing. And it really bloody worked to me, really did. And it's all playable. I made sure to player test everything. And it works a dream, and it's just big enough as well. It's quite small, so it is a small apartment, but it's big enough for oh, sorry, that was my chair. It's big enough for a family of 3, and that's all that matters. A family of 4 could live in here, but it'd have to be 2 children, I would imagine, because the teen room is very small, and I had to put a bunk bed in there, which I would imagine she despises by now. She's like, "I want a grown-up bed, but my room's not too big." But there we go. There's me with my storylines. Little dining table as well. I thought it was important to have a little dining table here, just so they could eat indoors if the weather wasn't so great. But knowing in this climate, you're going to be eating outdoors. And we do put a nice big dining table out on the roof terrace that overlooks the water and stuff. I like how the roof terrace came out, actually. It was very, very nice indeed, if I do say so myself. Thank you. But yeah, all of these pinky tones, I love it, especially with that sofa. I thought it was in the bit when I was doing it, I was like, oh, is this getting a bit blendy? It's getting a bit, and I was like, no, do you know what? I'm going to go along with this vibe. And I did. And here we are, going along with that vibe. I love that church bench in the hallway as well. I think that looks really nice as a hallway sofa, or just somewhere for you to come and sit in the hallway while you're putting on your shoes or whatnot. And then I pulled out a pergola here as well. I wasn't going to do this in the beginning, but I actually really liked how it looked. And I just thought it made sense. Being on top of a roof terrace in this heat, it would be boiling. So you would need some kind of shade while you're eating your lunch. And we end up putting a big barbecue area out here as well. I just thought that was very important. And it works really great in gameplay as well. Seriously, I can't speak today, but I think I've been saying that for a few weeks now. Yeah, there we go. And we use some festoon lighting as well, just to bring a bit of brightness up there. So this is the main bedroom. Again, it's not the hugest of bedrooms, but we worked with the space that we've got, and I really wanted to go down that aesthetic of using kind of rattan stuff, like with the wardrobes that I have sized up using the tool mod, and just fitting in with the same kind of like pinky tones that we've been using everywhere. It worked to me, it really did. And a little tapestry up on the wall as well. Beautiful. Teen bedroom. So this was a bit of a squish. When I was player testing this, I did have to just shuffle things slightly because things weren't working how I planned it to. But in the end, it worked, and that is all that matters. There was just a few things that just weren't working correctly. I needed to shuffle the sofa along a little bit and stuff, but yeah, we got there in the end, my loves, and the Sim was fine. She was able to get and use this bedroom beautifully. But yeah, and I thought she'd have some kind of like artistic flair, so I put up some photos and stuff that I don't know, maybe she's into photography or something. And then the bathroom. Very simple. You know, I'm not going to go on about it too much because it's just a bloody bathroom, but it does work. Player tested. There we go. Anyway, I'm going to leave you now, and I'll be back tomorrow in another video. Goodbye, my loves.
Schmetzelvol.